Okay, so back in the spring when everyone was panicking and buying lots of food, I had a bit of a concern myself, so I went out and purchased a number of large bags of beans and rice just as a hedge against not having access to food. As you can see, I have 4 full bags of beans. I bought, these are all 20-pound bags, and I've got pinto beans, the white kidney beans, the chickpeas, or garbanzo I believe is another name for them, and the black turtle beans. I also did buy quite a number of the, I think these are black-eyed peas, and others as well. I did have another full bag of the chickpeas, and most of that's been put into jars. And of course, kidney beans we tend to use in chili a lot. I know a lot of people use the pinto beans in chili, but we also use the kidney beans. We'll do a mixture of them. And but we're not big eaters of beans in this house, so although I have quite a bit of beans, most of it is still, the bags have hardly been opened. As I said, I do have some bags that have been opened, and I put it into jars, and we'll use the jar on occasion. So the larger bags have yet, the 20-pound bags have yet to be opened. I also purchased, I have 3 bags of rice here that are not open. A total of, I had before that 2 bags of rice, 1 sticky rice, which I've put into jars, and another bag of regular rice. Hang on a second. Okay, the other bag of regular rice I've put into other jars, plus my go-to jar. I have a 1-gallon jug here that I use. I have a couple of those, 1 for flour, 1 for sugar, and 1 for rice. And it's just straight white grain rice that we consume in this house, so it will certainly last longer than other types of rice. So my issue here at this point is, do I leave these beans in the original bags, the beans and rice, or do I find another way to store them? Now I have run out of large jars, and my thought is to vacuum seal in smaller quantities, smaller portion bags, and then put into 5-gallon pails once they're vacuum sealed. So I'm going to do some of that today. Okay, so I have removed all those bags, and I'm going to start off with 1 bag of rice. And I guess my question here would be just how large bag do I want to do for each, because you do cut your vacuum seal bags to the size you want, and I think I'm going to go with a 12-inch cut, somewhere close to that range. And I have, as somebody suggested as well, and I'm quite aware of, a book that you just place there so that everything will vacuum seal flat. I may or may not, I may remove that, we'll see what happens. Anyway, so I've sealed the bottom of that bag, and so now I have a vacuum seal bag that I can start putting some of this rice into. Now I do want to put these, you see, I could also vacuum seal these in jars, but I'm running out of large size jars, and this is certainly a less expensive method of vacuum sealing. And you could also use the what do you call it, those other bags that most people use with an oxygen absorber, and they're fairly expensive. So I'm just going to go this route for now, and we'll see how that works for me. So I'm going to take, now just to try and be consistent here, I'm going to take a measuring cup. And I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing here. I'll move that over. Yeah, I'm going to take a measuring cup and try to put the same amount in each bag that I make. So this is a 1 cup measurement. Now, I definitely could put this into single serving, but that would be a waste of bags as far as I'm concerned. So that's 3 cups. Or if I get about a half gallon, that would be nice. 6. 7. So probably about 10 cups per bag. Seems to be appropriate here. And definitely I could put a tad more, but I'm not going to. And actually I'm going to remove the book. I don't need that there. So here we will vacuum seal this now. Actually, it's gone a little too rock hard too quick. I just do want to smooth this out just a bit. So, here we go again. Try this again. There we go. Okay, there we have it. Pretty rock solid. It's not the same as a Mylar bag with oxygen absorbers, but I'd say it's pretty close. And I should be able to fit that into the bottom of could definitely stand it up in a 5-gallon bucket. So this is what I'll be doing with this. So we'll make another one now. Okay, seal the bottom of my bag. And we're going to put 10 cups. And I'll get back to you after that's done as well. Okay, I've got another bag with the 10 cups of rice in it, all ready to vacuum seal. And just have to put it in there without spilling it. I may have cut this bag a little too small. Try this again. Nope, gonna have to take some out of this one. Okay, try this again. There we go. And as you can see, it hardens up immediately. So. Okay, so that's another one. So what I'm going to do is pack up this whole bag and see how many I get, and place it into my bucket. Okay, I'll get back to you when I'm done. Okay, so I've completed 1 bag of rice, which I believe is approximately 18 pounds. It's 8 keg. I haven't done the translation, but I believe it's close to about 18 pounds. And I've ended up with some rock hard, solid, vacuum sealed bags. And I'm saving my jars for other projects. So now, in order to ensure that there is no little bugs or anything, you can put the whole bag into the freezer. for about a week or two, or you can vacuum seal them like this and then put these smaller bags into the freezers if you just don't have the space in a freezer to put a large one like this. So that gives you the ability to do that. Okay, so now at this point, in order to store these, I would just use any bucket. I don't think it has to be a food grade bucket at this point, because it isn't touching the bucket. Obviously a food grade bucket is always preferable, but anyway, you should be able to store all of this and others into one bucket. And if you wanted to, you could mix beans and rice, or there's certainly room for more items in here. You can add a box of salt in this. You can do, there's many things that you can do to, say, make a bucket specifically for making meals. Like you can add spices, you can add different beans, different rice, and then seal it and put it away. So that's it for my using a vacuum sealer to store food for reasonably long term. I mean, these were, I bought them last spring, and just leaving them in the original bags was not a good idea for me. So this is what I've done. Anyway, that is my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and you feel that this is an adequate way to store your rice. Great. I would not use your vacuum sealer for flour. It's too fine, and it can destroy your vacuum sealer, actually. And sugar may also cause a problem, but something the size of rice or oatmeal or anything like that could certainly be stored this way. And beans, definitely. So anyway, I've got my work cut out for me. I've got one bag of rice done. I've got quite a few more bags to do. Anyway, you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.